Hi, everybody. Welcome to Prayerful Pause with the Pastor on this first day of summer. Longest day in the year. Ever since I was a little girl, my family used to say, oh, longest day. Even I was talking with my brother this last weekend, and he goes, well, starting this week, the days start to get shorter. And I'm thinking, oh, that's depressing. But he's right. Longest day of the year, everything gets shorter after that. So I wanted to talk with you a little bit today about light. Maybe it's because I grew up in the country and I had a lot of friends who were farmers, or maybe it's because I like to camp or just like to be outdoors. I'm keenly aware of changing light. Are you? The changing light patterns outside, the changing angles of shadows depending on what season we're in, the quality of light, and is it full on? Is there kind of a haze and a mist? What's going on with the clouds in the sky? I never had the love enough to become a meteorologist, but I was fascinated. I had as a kid, I had my little rain gauge and wind thing, and that was a lot of fun for a while. But seriously, I'm curious to know if you notice the changing light of seasons. And then metaphorically, what does that relate to for you? What's the changing light in this season of your life? Is there something that looks qualitatively different to you? You see it in a new light. You are aware that maybe where it had been misty or cloudy, now it's clearer. Or I suppose the opposite could be true. Maybe you thought things were really, really crystal clear, and now you find out, oh, that's a little hazy for me. But looking at your life in terms of light, do you have a lot of light in your life? Are things pretty visible? Or do you sense there's a lot of shadow? And I don't mean shadow here as a negative thing. It's just the absence of light, right? Nothing to be feared, but it's unknown because we can't see into it. Do you have a lot of shadows in your life? Are there unknown corners, maybe, that you want to explore and shed some light on? I love this idea of us being like little movable lighthouses. If we are shining forth the Christ light into the world, then we are like the lighthouses along the shore. I was reading the other day how the Outer Banks along North Carolina, they've had to move the lighthouses because the shoreline is eroding. And I think I've told in this forum before a story about a colleague of mine, now retired, who used to serve during the summers as a chaplain on one of the coastal waterways on the East Coast. And he'd be there for 2 weeks or so in this every summer. And this one year, the Coast Guard called him in the middle of the night and said, hey, the cross light's out. And he said, what are you talking about? It's like 2 a.m. Well, the light on top of the steeple, the cross, the light is out. And he said, oh. And he said, well, the Coast Guard said, well, when are you going to fix it? 2 a.m. He says, I'll try to get at it in the morning. And the Coast Guard said, no, I don't think you understand. Boaters line up by the light from the cross and the lighthouse. And they don't have that. So what are you going to do? He said, really, I can't do anything until the morning. But I thought that was such an interesting way of thinking about life, that we line up by the light of the cross. And then, of course, I'm reminded that we're supposed to convey that light. And if we're carrying around that light, then are there shadow places where we can't really see what's going on? Or do we see it and not want to look? And what's the angle of the light? Is it skewed? I mean, the nice thing about light is that it goes around corners, but not like sound does. It's more of a kind of a straight line thing. You have to be pretty much in the neighborhood for the light to be seen and to shine on a path. I don't know where this is going today, except that being the day when we are at the summer solstice, so the light is changing. We're entering a new season. What season are you in your life? What season are you in with God? And where's the light? What's the angle of your light? What can you see? What do you need to add more light to? I'll leave you to wrestle with that for today. I hope you are as unnerved by this as I am. It's a good thing to be unnerved when we are being challenged to bring more light into the world, because boy, does it need it right now. Thanks for carving out this time to think of something greater than yourself. In this case, light, its angle, its changing seasons, and how it pertains to the changing seasons in our lives. Happy summer, everybody. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. Until next time, God bless. Take care. Bye for now.